So here we are again, back again for the long-awaited episode 3 of my Rookie Goes Karting series. Now you eagle-eyed viewers and the people in the know would have known that this episode should be taking place at Lyd. But unfortunately, as I decided to eat some dodgy chicken a couple of days beforehand, I ended up getting food poisoning and had to cancel, which is obviously very unfortunate. But on the bright side, I suppose it saved me a 9-hour drive round trip. So now, this episode is now at Bookmore, which I'm buzzing about because Bookmore was heavily hit by COVID and people are unsure whether it would ever reopen, which would be a massive shame, especially with all its history. And also on a selfish perspective, it's also one of my best circuits. And that 6th place for my first ever Club 100 video is still my highest finish, so here's hoping for big things today. So let's not waste any more time and jump straight into the first heat. Like I say, this is one of my strongest circuits, and I know if I can stay out of trouble and drive like I know I can get that elusive B final. So to start with, I want to avoid incidents and finish 13th or higher. So let's hope I can do it. So going into the second lap, I've managed to hold my 12th position, which is decent, and going into the first hairpin here, the driver in front just decides not to take the corner. So I've moved up into 11th place, which is decent if I manage to hold this position and maintain it throughout the day as well. So I might be able to sneak onto the back of the B if all goes swimmingly. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. You've watched enough of my videos now to know that nothing ever goes swimmingly. So hopefully this episode is going to be different. And yeah, going into lap 3, I get this first corner all wrong, completely wrong, and it gives the driver behind a bit of an opportunity to overtake down the inside here. Hence why I'm not hitting the apex. The camera angle doesn't quite show it, but he was right alongside me. And he's got that 12th place off me, which is okay. I mean, I don't mind this, if I'm honest. I mean, I know I can maybe get 11th position back. So the driver in front I'm normally fairly competitive with him. So, yeah, I'm looking for little opportunities here and there. You know, see if I can get the position back immediately. But, yeah, unfortunately now, going into lap 6/7, my GoPro decided to corrupt the footage, and yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever used a GoPro before, but it records in sections, and this section here just cut out, which is quite annoying. But I did hold my position in the end. I did finish 12th, and I dropped down to 13th briefly, but got back up to 12th, and yeah, it was a decent race, and I think I'm going to give that my first 4-star race of the season, if I'm honest. I mean, it was I felt like I did alright, especially considering I had no practice beforehand. And going into the second heat, I'm starting 16th, and honestly my only aim is to finish 13th high, which is ahead of the Class 3 drivers, and it might just be high enough to sneak onto the back of the B if I manage to do that. So let's see if I can do it. going into the second lap of the race, I'm in 15th. I know, let's be honest, I've had a very average start, and yeah, well, I'm still on the tail of the main pack almost, so I've still got a chance of, you know, maybe improving. And going into the second hairpin, I go for a very silly move, if I'm honest. I sort of get attached to the guy's car in front, which slows us both up, and it slows me down to the point where I lose a position going into the chicane. And yeah, I'm down to 16th. I mean, it's just a poor start, and I feel like I can do a hell of a lot better. And by lap 3, I'm still in 16th, and I'm still on the back of this 4-5 kart train here. And yeah, that guy clips that cone there, and he sort of has a very poor entry into Garda, so he leaves a door open for me to get that 15th place off of him, which is I mean, every little helps, I guess. I mean, I want to gain a few more positions by the end of the race, so let's see if I can do it. So by lap 7, I'm still in 16th place, and I lost a position earlier through just having a poor move into the first hairpin, leaving the door open, and as you can see, there's a driver who's span on the outside there, so I'm back up to 15th, and yeah, I'm on the, it's sort of in the middle of a like a 4, 5, 6 kart train here, and yeah, maybe the 11th place is still up for grabs, and by lap 8, it's starting to hot up a little bit. Everyone knows it's getting towards near the end of the race, and they started going for moves and sending it a little bit, having little looks down the inside, and yeah, there's probably only about a couple seconds between all of us, so it's still a chance I can maybe get the 11th place. So going into the final lap, it does start to hot up a little bit, so I'll try and speak through this as best I can. And yeah, I had a bit of a poor entry into the first corner compared to the other guys, but yeah, catch up a little bit through the first hairpin, and yeah, at this point I think right, it's probably over the positions I'm going to gain on this race. Like, I've lost a little, maybe lost a couple tenths through the first sector there, and I'm thinking, right, it's probably over, but you never know. So I'm just trying to have the best lap I can, and I catch up maybe a tenth there, and it's starting to hot up a little bit, and I sort of pushed that guy through Garda a little bit, trying to attach myself to the back of him. It didn't really work, only slow myself up and lose a position. But here everyone gets congested, gain a position there on the inside, and maybe just one more on the line, but I just couldn't get him. But there was 2 penalties for the drivers in front, which makes me finish 13th. And yeah, I think there was 18 karts in that race, so there's still a small chance I can get into the B final if I have a great Heat 3, and I'll give it a 3-star race because I feel like the ending position was okay. So yeah, into the third and final heat. I'm starting last, so things can only get better, I guess. So let's see how this one goes. Going into the second hairpin, I'm up to 17th now after starting last, which is decent. And yeah, I'm side by side with another driver here, hence why I can't really take the line that I really want to. And right here, I just mess up that corner completely and just throw away those 2 positions again. So back down in last position. So it hasn't been a great start really. I've sort of thrown away most positions I can gain in this race, because when I'm in class 3, most positions I gain are normally within the first few corners, so it's not been a great start to this race. So if I want to be in a B final, I need to, you know, race bloody amazing for the rest of it. So I'm still on the back of this pack, and as you can see, there's a bit of an incident ahead, which takes out 4 drivers, or takes out 2 drivers, and I overtake 2 who also got caught up into it. So I'm up into 15th now, which is if that can happen again, I'm up into 11th, and that might just be enough to get me into the back of the B. But I think it's unlikely, so I've got to try and fight my way through from 15th now, which isn't as bad. And going into Garda, I'd just go for a silly move again, and I felt so bad because that's probably the worst move I've done all season. I felt really bad about it, and that is actually my first contact warning of the season into the the fourth round. I don't really get that many warnings for contact. I don't, as I said to one of the drivers recently, I don't think I've ever got a penalty for excessive contact or taking anyone out. So I'm a clean driver, but there's also people that say I never have contact warnings because I never fight with anyone. So yeah, as you can see, I'm up into 14th now, which is decent. I'd say I'm racing all right, and I'm on the back of a couple of drivers here. And if I'm honest, we had in the briefing we had a talk about being 2 or 3 wide through that section, so I was a bit holding back a little bit, which opened the door for that driver to send it down the inside afterwards, and overtook him again back into 14th. So a good bit of racing there, and yeah, I'm happy with the way this race is going at the moment. If I can get past Mr. Draper in front, I'm in a good position for getting into the B potentially. But as you can see, I'm on the last lap now, and yeah, I'm still 14th. I'm too far behind to make a send up into Garda, but yeah, I just messed that corner up completely, and I throw away a position, which is really frustrating because I feel like I would have been towards the front of the B if that didn't happen. And yeah, that's the way that race finished. I got promoted to 14th in the end because someone had a penalty, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to get into the B. But I'm right at the front of the C, which is a bonus, I guess. And yeah, I completed 1 out of my 2 objectives there, and I'll give that another 3-star race. I felt it was all right. It wasn't anything special, but I felt I've done all right so far today. So into the practice, this here is Mr. Ravage, and he was the leader, and he managed to spin himself on a place I've never seen anyone spin before. Bear in mind it's dry. I don't know how he's managed to do that, and it created a hell of a lot of confusion. So as we're warming up, I'm on the left-hand side because I was meant to be starting in the 6th place. No, yeah, 6th place in this race. And he's meant to be starting first, and it created a hell of a lot of confusion because I'm expecting him to come back through. And yeah, Russell is starting 11th, and bear that in mind, he's starting 11th. And at this point, I don't see the lights go green because I'm still pointing drivers through. And Russell's meant to be starting 11th, and then look, he's crossing the line in 7th. It's just got a hell of a lot of confusion. I've already dropped down really nearly 10 positions just from like not reacting when I should have done, and yeah, it's been a poor start. So I'm absolutely a bit annoyed, if I'm honest. And then, as you can see, Russell goes airborne for a little bit, and then lo and behold, I get a little shunt from behind, and around I go. And I know it doesn't look like I've been hit, but I promise you, I did get a hit. It's the camera's stabilisation make it look like I didn't get hit, but I promise you I did. And in actual fact, I found some proof. Look, got a little tap in the rear. There you go. And yeah, it's just another incident again. Why is it always me? I've even made a montage of all of this now. No, oh yeah, taking out again. What? Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, guys, at this point I'm absolutely fuming. Just because the amount of times I seem to be involved in incidents. But yeah, I'm actually setting the second fastest lap of the race at this point, simply because I'm quite pissed off. The only guy that's quicker than me is in first and in class 1, so I'm sort of channeling my anger to catch up, and by the end of this lap I'm less than a second behind, which is decent considering the start of this clip I was over 4 seconds, which is not bad half a lap, catching up 4 seconds, and into the first step, and I'm right on the guy's tail, and this dude span on the inside there, so I'm up to 23rd, which this race isn't completely over now, so it's I've got something interesting to watch, I guess, rather than just me tooting around by myself a bit pissed off. So hopefully I can build on this 23rd position. I'm still on the back of a few karts, and yeah, I do think that finishing the top 4 is out of the question. I mean, that's very unlikely unless there's some monumental incident up ahead, but I very much doubt that'll happen. So by lap 5 I'm still on the back of these guys, and if I'm honest, overtaking is something I really struggle with. I mean, I've gone for a move there, but it's just the guy's got a better exit than me, and he decides to defend well going into Garda, which is obviously because he knows I'm there, he wants to do that. And yeah, I'm just on the back of this train, and like I say, I do struggle with overtakes. It's just I've been told countless times I'm just not aggressive enough, and I think it's a big problem. But here I'm pushed wide. I know it doesn't look like it because of the stabilisation on the camera, but I did get a bit of a shunt wide, which makes me lose a couple seconds, which is a bit annoying. And the driver did push me. I was a lap down also, so it's even more frustrating. But and then that same driver absolutely punts that driver into the wall, so he gets another penalty for that, and I'm up to 22nd. And but by lap 9 I'm still down in 22nd, and it's annoying because I feel like I've got the pace of this circuit normally to finish much higher up, but here I am 22nd in a C final, which is a bit annoying, but there's a bit of a incident up ahead, so I managed to overtake that same driver again who's a lap down, and I'm right on the back of Mr. Williams here going into turn 1. I look for a little bit of a move, I give him a little attack, but the move's not on, so I don't really go for it. But yeah, I'm still competing. Maybe I can finish in the top 20 if I can catch up a little bit at this point, but I don't know, it's just this. I was hoping for much better in this race, let's be honest. The top 4 was the chance. Top 4 was a possibility at the start of this race, and considering I'm down in 22nd now, it's a bit annoying. And yeah, I'm still on this Mr. Williams' tail here. I go for a move into Garda. He goes a bit wide, but he's got a better exit than me, so he's keeps that 21st position. And yeah, like I say, I just struggle to make moves, and it's just, I don't know, it's something I really need to work on for future episodes. And yeah, going into the first hairpin here, that driver just sends one ridiculously down the inside. I know it doesn't look that bad, but yeah, it pushes me wide and loses a couple more seconds. And he actually got black flag for that, because it was the second offence of crashing someone out of the way, along with crashing me out of the way earlier on. So yeah, he got excluded for that. And by lap 12 I'm right on the tail of this driver here, and yeah, I feel I got the pace on this guy through the race, so hopefully I can make a move on this dude. And he goes a bit deep there, and going up the hill towards God, I've got a much better exit, so I can send it down the inside here, and I don't even need to reach the corner before I overtake him. And yeah, I'm up to 21st. I mean, as things go, considering I was 5-6 seconds behind after that incident on the first lap, I've not done too bad. Admittedly, I'd like to have done a bit better, but I think I can't really complain too much from where I was. So yeah, 21st position. I was like, it's just not good, is it really? And yeah, kept the 21st going into the last lap and over the line. I'm hoping one episode I want to do well. It just seems that every episode now I just seem to be finished towards the back of C finals. It's just not fun. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, obviously I'm going to give this 1 star, and obviously all my rivals beat me as well. I haven't really mentioned them at all because I've just not seemed to be racing against them, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, 1 star for that. And yeah, like I say, the rivals, I didn't race against any of them until the final, and obviously they all beat me. And yeah, I'm 3 points behind on all of them now, which I don't know why I've got them as rivals, to be honest. I mean, judging by that, I don't know why I haven't got them there. So it's a bit annoying. Hopefully in future episodes I can start to turn that around. But yeah, in review today, I mean, I felt I did okay in the heats. I was just a little bit slow in the final heat. Maybe I could have snuck into the B final if I did a bit better. Maybe gain a few positions here and there. But I give it overall performance a 2 star. If I did better in the final, I probably would have given it maybe a 3 or maybe even a 4 star performance. But yeah, I just want one good episode this series. I just can't seem to get everything going well for myself. But hopefully next episode is going to be a bit different. It's going to be at Rye House, which is a track I'm okay and familiar with. So hopefully you guys look forward to that, and hopefully have some good races there. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and yeah, I don't know what else to keep saying. I just hope the racing is better next episode. I feel like I'm a much better driver than what I'm showing on my screen, which is yeah. Oh well, hopefully you guys enjoy it, and leave me tips down below how to improve these videos and how to improve my karting ability. So I do read every comment, try to reply to every comment as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.